hey, your life operates at the same frequency of the people that you surround yourself with. Now, what do I mean by that? Let me give you an analogy. Music. Music is the perfect example of a frequency that can change your mood into whatever you really want it to be. If you want to be happy, you listen to some happy music like this. If you want to be kind of sad or be in your emotions, you listen to more emotional music or something like that. It's not rocket science, it's really just what it is. Whatever you're feeling, whatever emotion you're feeling, you usually listen to that type of music. Nothing's ultimately wrong with either choice, it's just whatever music you want to listen to. If we're able to choose what type of music we listen to and the frequencies that go into our ears to enhance our emotions or let us feel certain ways, why can't we just do that with people, you know? Ever since I was a young boy, I always realized how the people in my life would eventually influence a lot of the things, whether it be the choices I make in my lifestyle, how I act, whether I have good behavior or bad behavior. It all comes down to the people you choose and the frequency and vibes that they alone give off. Now, you know, a lot of the time you'd obviously want to choose the good people in your life to have a good influence and, you know, skyrocket you to the best of your potential. Well, a lot of people are. I ended up always choosing the bad path, the path that went left, the path that would lead me down and ruin my potential, and I feel like in the end of the day would cause me to, you know, back away and lose progress and end up in a worse place than I even started when I met that person. A lot of the time we should be choosing that path, but we just don't, because the path less chosen is a lot harder, it's a lot more rigorous, and it's not as fun or short-term satisfying, you know, satisfying in the present moment than the good path. However, this path will always lead you to a better future. It's just true, this is what it is. Filling your life up with people who have bad frequencies is very much so like a little playground set. At first, it's pretty fun and full of adventure, full of some fun. In the moment, you're having the time of your life. But then you kind of realize that when you look around you, you're just doing the same thing over and over again the longer you stay in the playground. So what's the point of that? Also, like the playground, people with bad frequencies tend to be a lot more tempting when it comes to what they offer to you, the time that they'll give you in your life. It's a lot of just dopamine rush, satisfaction. You feel like in the moment you're accomplishing all this dad or mom lore or all this fun stuff, but are you growing as a person? Like, you don't always have to be growing as a person. Don't get me wrong. If you were trying to grow every single day, you might overload yourself. But if you're constantly surrounding yourself with bad people, you're never gonna grow, and that's even worse, you know? Oh, shit. Why? No! What the hell? Also, just like that, you get bad surprises when you're in bad areas. The longer you stay in bad areas, the longer stuff might just hit you when you're not even expecting it. God damn, now my shorts are wet. And like how this is all meant for like playground and fun, and I guess physical development in a way, hanging out with bad people doesn't really grow you at all. You're not gonna become a better person. You're not gonna be appealing others of a higher frequency. You'll forever be stuck in one area. You won't be able to blossom, and you're just handicapping yourself, and what's the point of that? Again, I know this is all very appealing at first, very fun, very young, very all of that. It's what everyone talks about nowadays, but choose a good frequency path. It's a lot better. This is why. Now, I'm gonna be honest about choosing the path where you mostly fill your life up with people of a good frequency. It's very lonely. In today's day and age, you're not going to find a lot of people that want to focus solely on good vibes and good energy. They just want what will look best on their social media, what will make them more popular, what will make them more accepted by society in total, which is just how our society has grown to be nowadays. Not a lot of people are focused on the right things, which is pushing your goals, following your passions, and really just doing what your heart truly desires. Not what looks best, or not what the other person, or not who the person who you want to impress desires. That's where people get it all wrong. And that's the path just a lot of people follow. Not a lot of people follow their heart, follow their true intuition. So it's hard to find people of high frequencies when it's not really common to even see that nowadays. But yes, while this path may be a lot more lonely, you'll forever be grateful for making that choice. People of a higher frequency will constantly push you to achieve your best, will constantly push you to follow your dreams and will constantly push you to the best of your abilities. They won't let you slack. Make sure you get it done. All those motivational TikToks and stuff like that, I guess that's an example of high frequency stuff. Well, it's kind of spammed out to me in my opinion. I don't love them. Like, they're cool here and there, but some of them are just like, back away. High frequency people are hard to find, but once you do, hold on to them because you'll only improve from there. Here's what you should do to gain high frequency people in your life and what you should do to avoid those who will probably bring you down. For bad frequencies, in my opinion, stay sober. Drinking and smoking, for the most part, I feel like there's no such thing as casual smoking or casual drinking nowadays. I feel like if you're gonna drink, you're going out to a bar to get drunk. If you're gonna smoke, you're going to get high to distract yourself from everything in your life. Smoking and drinking are just these tools that people use to make their life go by quicker and not to grow through the problem. You should be able to grow through your things, not just try and get past them as quick as possible, because growth equals maturity. It's so simple, but people just don't cut toxic people out of your life. It's just, okay. If you feel that someone has no positive influence in your life whatsoever, cut them. Easy, just done. If they're not gonna have any sort of positive influence in your life, they should not be there at all, especially if you've given them chances. I personally would say give them 2 chances and cut them. If you're like a heartfelt person, maybe give them a chance or 2, see how they are. Or talk to them, communicate with them and tell them, hey, you ain't really helping me. And if they're not willing to change, or if they keep antagonizing these wrong decisions and these bad vibes, leave them. That's how it should be. That's how it should be. And the big one is to get yourself out of low value or low vibe or low energy situations or environments. If you're in an environment that discourages you, if you're around people that bring you down, it's a lot harder to grow. You're still able to do it, but it just makes it a lot harder. If you want to make your journey to becoming a better person, to entertaining these high frequency people, having a better, more impactful vibed life, that's one big step you have to take. Now, if I'm going to talk about, the good vibes, I kind of want to get in a comfy area. So I'm gonna switch it up real quick. So let's talk about the good vibes. And obtaining a lifestyle or status that revolves completely around good vibes or high frequency people is, again, a lot more simple than people do really realize. People think that you have to be part of like this weird Sigma TikTok mindset in order to achieve this high frequency. No, you just have to have good core values and a stable mental path. That's at least my belief. I don't think you have to be on this crazy like 75 hard workout regimen or any of that sort of stuff. I just don't think that's like feasible for a lot of people. I think instead that a lot of people should just be focused on creating a good mental headspace and creating a set value of like good morals and practices that they can do every day, setting up a good regimen and creating a routine that not only positively improves themselves, but can also encourage others around them to improve upon themselves as well. Because those who are high frequency people tend to bring up the value of others around them. A couple tips that I like to give to people or people who are curious about high frequency people or surrounding yourself with others who benefit you is these things. One is to follow your gut. Your gut is right majority of the time at first. You kind of get that weird feeling where you're like, I shouldn't be around these people, or that something's giving off like a weird vibe, and you can test it out. But at the end of the day, keep that first intuitive thought in your brain, because you might want to look back at that and realize, hey, I had this feeling at first. Maybe I should realize that and be cautious with how I, take up these people and how I interact with them and all that. 2 is to create healthy habits. As I was talking about earlier, maybe stay away from drinking and smoking, or start going to the gym, work on your physical and mental health, and follow your passions. These are all good things that create a solid regimen and that allow you to practice good stuff going forward. You create a good scheme for yourself. You create a positive schedule and all of this stuff, and it will show. You'll be more productive and you'll be seen as like this higher operating and functioning member of society. And lastly, honestly, is to love yourself. You have to.
I feel like in order to provide a positive influence and bring up those around you, you have to at first love the person at the center of it all, which will always be you. You will always be at the center of your life. It's never going to be this person or that person. Even if you have kids or if you love someone deeply, they won't be the center of your life, because at the end of the day, when everyone leaves you and it's just you, yourself, and your thoughts, there's no one else to go to. You're the one who knows yourself best. You're the one who knows how to love yourself the best, and you will always be there for yourself. I guess the conclusion I'm trying to make here is that everyone makes mistakes, we're all human, but your main priority on who you spend majority of your time with should be focused around people who will bring you up to a higher operating form of yourself, a higher frequency version. You should be able to not only feel like yourself around the people you surround yourself with, but feel as if you're the best version of yourself. Feel that what you're doing is right and be like, damn, I'm really loving who I am. I really love who I am around these people. I really love what I'm doing. I really love the way I act. You shouldn't have to feel guilty or feel trapped or feel trashed about the way you are, the way you act, and the way you live around certain people. If you are feeling that, you should leave, and it's just the truth. And sometimes that bullet is the hardest one to bite, but it's the one you do need to. Everyone's so focused on finding the popular people and having this big friend group of people that they're not focused enough on having good influence in their lives. And that's the main problem, and that's a big problem, and we need to fix that. As a collective, we need to all push each other to be the best versions of ourselves and understand that we maybe need to step away from those who aren't willing to grow. If you see people with a bad vibe, maybe, ask them if they want to change, see what's up. But if they don't want to, step away. You're not responsible for the downfall of others. You're not responsible for the negative approach that others have to life. Stick to the good path, stick to growth, and stick to being the best version of yourself, not only for your present version, but so that your past version can be proud of yourself, and so that your future version can be happy that you started when you did. Let's just all love each other. Let's all live. Let's all stay happy and live the best lives we possibly can. Love y'all. Peace.